All right. Hey, everybody. It's Lions on the Prowl. And today I am with Maniac Tim. How's it going, Tim?
It's going good. How are you, Jim?
I'm here. And yeah, we have with us today our special guest
hmm
from OMG. It's Lions Talk, Mr. Michael Jones. What's up,
Hey, what's
bro?
going
Hey,
on? What's going on, fellas?
yeah,
Glad to
welcome,
be
Mike.
Oh,
here.
it's
Thank
going
you,
to be
thank you.
amazing. I want to ask one question first before we start out. How did the name OMG come up?
Yeah. OMG actually are the names of me, my cousin and uncle, my cousin Ali, me, Michael, and then my uncle Gary. We were passionate about the Lions, and I came up with the acronym though. but
I love
yeah,
it. I
but I
think
just
it's
want to be
really
clear.
good.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
so many people think it's, oh my God, it's Lions talk, but it's really not.
Right,
You know,
right, right,
Ali,
right.
Mike, and who's the other? What's the other
Gary,
guy?
Gary,
Gary,
Gary.
Gary,
Yeah,
Ali,
yeah,
Mike, and
yeah,
Gary. That's
yeah,
amazing. It's really
hmm
that's
yeah,
really fun to
yeah.
me.
Thank you.
So let's jump right into this. Tim, you've been missing in action for a while, so welcome back to Lions on the Prowl.
Yep, finally here.
Finally here. Okay, so first things first, we're going to talk about the free agent period, and so far we have a couple uh, special teams players that we just got over last week or so, like that.
Mhm.
But do you think that we have improved as a team, right, from last year?
It,
I'll
it,
go to you, Michael,
Oh
or
boy.
Mike.
Yeah. I think we got better up the middle. Um, I think I'd rather have Jamie Collins and Tavahi instead of Jared Davis. Hopefully they work that out. And then I think that Shelton is a better presence than Snacks, just effort wise. So I think up the middle our defense got better. I'm not too sure what they're gonna be on the edges. That's a lot of
So
unseen things.
we got
But
to remember we're not a complete team yet. We
right,
don't have the
right, right.
draft. There's a secondary free agency. What's up, Funky Nuts? Funky Nuts is
and
in
that,
the building today. I love saying that. I don't know why. Good
Hey, what's
morning.
going
Good
on?
good
morning.
morning.
What's up? We've got Mike from OMG. It's Lions Talk
hmm
with us today, and we're talking about free agency. Hey, what's
Hey,
up, DMAP? What's up? What's up?
hey.
All right. So, like I was saying, that we have Michael from OMG. It's Lions Talk. And OMG doesn't stand for Oh My God. We'll have you explain that one more time because we got some people coming
Yeah.
in.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. That's Ali, Michael, Gary. That's me, my cousin, and my uncle. We were the
And
most passionate Lion fans in my family, and so we decided to put that together. So yeah,
that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we're talking about free agency. We're talking about did
hmm
the team get better? Tim, what are your thoughts?
It could have, but I think we're going to really miss Flay. Uh, we got another corner that kind of is good, but not quite. We'll need to see because we think that they get better, and then they get all these injuries and stuff like that. I don't really think they have.
What's up, Lions Lee? Appreciate you joining me this morning. Appreciate you joining me. We have Michael here from OMG. It's Lions
Yeah,
Talk. And if you haven't subscribed to his channel, you have a YouTube, right? Or is it
Yes, I do. Yes, I
yeah.
you have a
do.
YouTube? All
YouTube,
right.
Twitter, and Instagram.
Wow.
All right. We just
Oh
signed a
yeah.
linebacker. Hey, whoa! Breaking news! We
Oh,
just signed a linebacker. Who
okay.
is it, Lions Lee? Because I didn't see that come across.
Right.
Yeah. Mike, can you email me or can you message me your URL for your channel? Because people want to
Oh,
subscribe.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So just if you could do that in Twitter, that'd be great. So I'm going to
Okay.
look that up right
hmm
now. I want to see who they signed
Okay.
because I'm all excited this morning.
Hopefully, it's somebody
Ah,
good.
I don't see them signing anybody. They signed wide receiver Jeremy Davis.
Yep.
I don't see anyone else. So maybe it's just let me know who that is. I'd really like to know. So right now I can't verify it at this
Right.
point. That doesn't mean it
Yeah.
didn't happen. Just means I don't see it
Right.
anywhere quite
Right.
yet.
Right.
Oh, Elijah Lee. He is
Well,
He's from San Francisco. I don't know a whole lot about him. Lions have signed linebacker Elijah Lee to a contract Friday, according to Justin Rogers. He's 24 years old. He's a former 7th-round draft pick of the Vikings in 2017.
Wow.
He was waived out of preseason before being signed to the Vikings practice squad. The 49ers signed Lee to their active roster soon after, and he's been on and off their roster ever since. I think he's going to be more of a special teams guy because we've been kind of shoring up that lately. So we have to fill out the roster. I don't think this is a major signing, but, we got to do what we got to do. What are your thoughts, guys?
Man, enough with the special team signings.
We need some playmakers.
Yeah.
You're saying Reggie Ragland, and I have not seen that yet either.
Oh, wow.
We just signed another linebacker. So Lions Lee, you're becoming the star of the show, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right with me. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah.
They did. Reggie Ragland. He is a chief, and he's a former 2nd-round pick.
Oh,
wow.
Good.
Wow.
That's what we're talking about.
We got to get Bob Quinn a hand.
Inside linebacker has agreed to terms with the Detroit Lions per source. Former 1st-round pick won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. This is per Jeremy Fowler, ESPN. Contract details have not yet been disclosed. No, they say he's a 2nd-round pick. Why did he say he was a 1st-round pick? He was a 2nd-round pick of the Buffalo Bills out of Alabama in 2016. He's 252 pounds. He fits the size requirement of head coach Matt Patricia's defense. He started 32 games in his career with 160 total tackles. Suddenly, the Lions off-the-ball linebacker unit is loaded with depth at the position. I like that.
Yes, I do too.
There we go. There we go.
Man, there we go.
Thank you.
It's about time.
We appreciate it. I've been trying to put this live. I'm trying to put this live together, so I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't either.
So we signed two linebackers.
You know what that means?
Christian Jones is gone? No.
no. Jared Davis is gone, hopefully.
No.
Man. Yeah, please.
I was thinking more Jones. What do you guys think? I was thinking more Jones than that.
Davis. He's an athlete. He's a freak athlete. I will give you that. He's a freak athlete. Yeah, but you can't take track star.
Point him in the right direction. He makes tackles.
Right. Has to be in a straight line though. Can't be anything in his way. So
right.
Yeah.
So a little bit more about Ragland as I'm going through things here. He had 30 tackles last year and 2 sacks. Wow. He's 6'2", 252 pounds. He's 26 years old. He'll be 27 in September. So
he's a beast.
Prime of his career. Mm-hmm. So it's a decent signing.
Yeah,
signing.
Yeah,
inside linebacker.
Wow, cool.
So I seen that. We did check that. Thank you, Lions Lee.
Thanks.
Funky Nut says Trufant is the number 1 cornerback. He'll play with more heart than Slay did the last 2 years. Okay.
I agree. Yeah, Slay was like he didn't want to be here.
Because from what? So here's something. Last year we went 3-12-1.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But we didn't have Stafford for most of the season. Kerryon Johnson went down. Most of the defense went down. You might as well have had Snacks go down because he didn't do much anyway.
No.
Right. So I think there's a little hope. I mean, we have an extra playoff spot this year, guys. An extra playoff spot. So what that means is we might be able to make the playoffs at 7-9. So do you think, you guys, that Patricia and Quinn are going to get another year?
It depends.
Yeah.
And do you think it's a good thing if they do?
Oh, God.
Well, I do. I do.
You do, Mike? Explain.
Yeah, I do. I do because you have to justify firing Caldwell. So I feel like you have to give him 4 years. You have to, because Caldwell, I believe he's the winningest in his stint, was the winningest coach in Lions history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
it wasn't very long.
No, right. It's
still,
only
yeah, I'm still
Yeah.
with the firing.
right.
I'm not going to go back and
Yeah.
say, "Oh, we should have kept him." I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't.
mean,
He was getting us
it's
to a certain point, and I don't think he
Right.
could have got us any further.
right.
That's just how I feel about that.
I mean, I mean, it's true that he wasn't intense, and he didn't seem like he had a passion for whatever it is he was doing. Because I understand being cool and calm, but at some point in time, your passion has to take over. And I've never seen that passion at all from him on the sideline ever. Like I've never seen it.
Yeah. Who else was like that? What player was like that? Barry Sanders.
He played Barry Sanders. He played,
he
but
played with passion.
Don't know. I think that was different to me.
But he was quiet. All right, he was quiet. He played with passion, but he didn't bring it, on outside the field, outside of his play. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Yeah.
as far as Caldwell's record, okay, he had inherited a team that Schwartz built. So how much was his record, his doing, as far as from what he inherited?
Jim Schwartz made the playoffs 1 year.
Right. And so did
Caldwell made it 2 years, I believe. I believe 2 years.
Okay.
So I just think I think Caldwell took the team where it needed to be, and I honestly, I mean, I was with the Caldwell firing. Don't get me wrong, I was with it 100% because of the lack of but I do think that Quinn sabotaged him a little bit. I do honestly believe that.
Okay.
I do believe that just in the GM is in charge of the player personnel. Like that's the GM's job. And you can't honestly look at that roster back in the day, a few years ago, and say Amir Abdullah and Theo Riddick are the one. They're our guys. Like they're not. Like and the thing is all Lions fans could see it. Everybody could see it. Like the common person sitting on the couch could be like, they're not gonna do it. But Bob Quinn couldn't see it. Like so I just feel like, that was an Achilles heel, because I believe if we would have had a run game when we went to the playoffs against I think it was Seattle, we would have did a lot better than we did. We just had I think Stafford threw the ball like 50 times in that playoff game or something like that. Like you can't win no games like that.
Well, we haven't had a running game either.
Since Barry
Sanders. Right.
Okay, since Barry Sanders, but I don't think that's true. Consistent one, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I really loved Java Best, and I also loved Reggie Bush when he had his one good year.
Yeah.
Right. But
I like Kevin Jones too.
Yeah. What's up, Mike? Caldwell was not good. He had an offensive coordinator calling plays, a defensive coordinator calling plays, plus he had an assistant to manage the clock. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Totally do.
Yeah.
What's up, Mike? Thanks for joining us. Mike says, "What's up, OMG?"
What's going on, Mike? What's going on?
So anyway, I mean, I got to say that normally I like the 2 linebacker signings that we had today. I really do. I really do. I think that really is going to help our team quite a bit. So if you're coming to the party right now, the Detroit Lions have signed linebacker Elijah Lee, and he's kind of a depth player. But the bigger signing is the Lions have signed Reggie Ragland out of Kansas City, 6'2", 252 pounds. He's 26 years old, going to be 27 in September. He was in Alabama. It's his 5th season. And he's coming to Detroit. Last year, he had 30 tackles, 2 sacks. He's an inside middle linebacker, which provides a lot more depth now on our team, and I like this signing quite a bit. It just happened, so.
Yeah. Right.
Deb said, "Good morning." So
Yeah,
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Mm.
Good morning.
All
Got my
right,
cup of
all
coffee
right, all
here.
right.
Good
So,
morning, Dan.
like I said, we're talking about free agency, and free
Mm-hmm.
agency obviously isn't over. We hit a lull, and all of a sudden now we are getting more players today.
Mhm.
So I'm
Yeah,
pretty happy
yeah.
about that. I'm psyched, dudes. I'm
Right.
Me
psyched.
too. Me too. Me too.
Hey, Michael, Mike.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So, guys,
Yeah.
now that we've signed these two players,
Mhm.
has your opinion changed any on
yeah.
your on next year
I see
or
a
the
lot more hope.
upcoming season?
I do see hope.
Okay.
Tim
Yeah,
has taken the hopium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good word. That's a good word.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Mike?
I do. Even before the signing. Just because, like I said before, up the middle, nose tackle and linebacker, we gotten better. So, like I said, I don't know how the outside guys are gonna do. But I think our defensive tackle and our linebackers have gotten better, and you know you can't go wrong when you shore up that front seven. So you know
Right.
gotta that's the first thing first, front seven. So yeah.
So
I
you
like
think
it.
we've improved? So here's my thing. I mean, I have honestly not thought that we're Micro Mike, who we signed. We signed Reggie Ragland.
Mhm.
And we signed Elijah. I'm trying to get to it. Elijah Lee. So Reggie Ragland out of Kansas City, and he was a former second round pick. And I said he had 30 tackles last year. I don't want to keep going over and over it, but he's 2 sacks last year. He's an inside linebacker, so that shores up that position pretty well, actually.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I like it, man. I'm excited. Like I'm trying to hold in my excitement. I don't want to.
Yeah, no, don't hold it in, man. I mean, this
I'm
is the
just
thing, man.
like,
This is right now. This is our Super Bowl, guys. This is our
Right,
Super
right.
Bowl. Because
Yeah.
once the season starts, then things change.
Reality.
Yeah.
Reality.
Yeah.
Micro
Yeah.
Mike says we fix it to go to the playoffs. Everybody thinks that. There it is. Lions
Yeah.
Lee, who's been the star of the show so far today.
Mhm.
Thank you for being here, by the way.
Thank
Two
you, man.
linebackers, Mike,
Thank you.
Reggie Ragland, and Elijah Lee. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lee was the cover linebacker from Kansas City. No. Elijah Lee, and he was from San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Now Ragland was the guy from Kansas City.
Mhm.
Simmons will not be picked. Okuda is the guy now. Nah, I don't know, Mike. I don't know
Oh.
because Simmons
I don't
plays
know.
some safety too.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know how important that safety position is for Patriot Quinn Trisha. So.
And our
Yeah,
Detroit
yeah.
Patriots. No, I'm
Yep.
kidding.
Yeah. Hey, did you see I changed my logo
I did
to
not.
the Detroit Lion with the Patriot logo?
I
Yeah,
didn't
see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Check
you mean
that out, man.
college.
We'll check it
Yeah,
out.
that's what I did, man. Because I mean, it's true. So you know, hey,
Luke,
it's gotta-
Luke, I agree with
yeah.
you. I still think we take Simmons as well because he's not. I mean, he's played more safety than he's played linebacker to me. So I think we still take him. I agree with that. So he said, Mike says we need to get OMG. It's Lions Talk and Mike over here on the round table.
Oh wow!
We'd love to do that.
Mhm.
We have the round table on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I absolutely love doing that. That's so much fun. We had a good time last night.
Oh yeah.
So look, Dolo's in the house. Dolo Dynamite in the house. Luke G in the house. Lions Lee in the house. Funky knows my favorite thing to say.
Oh,
Oh.
If I don't want to miss anybody. Hit that. Yeah, here we
Yeah.
go. Here we go. Hit
hit
that
the
like.
like.
Hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button and like our video. Subscribe if you have not already. And did I get that from you, OMG? I'm looking. You.
No. Right now, I don't think I can. I'm trying. Let me.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah,
What I'm
I'll
saying
send. I'll send a link. After we get off, I'll send a
Just-
link.
is, yeah, you could send it to me on Twitter. Is what you could do, and I'll just copy it and put it in there. For
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the new signings today.
Mm-hmm.
2 linebackers. So I'm liking that. I'm liking that.
Yeah, let's go,
we
Mike.
have
Yeah.
I mean, one guy I think is just going to be like, I don't think he's going to be that much here, to be honest. I think he's going to be kind of a special teams player if he makes the roster. That's Elijah Lee. But we signed Reggie Ragland, and he's from Kansas City. He was a former 2nd-round draft pick. So I don't want to beat this to death, but it's breaking news here on our show. So that's why we went in and talked about it quite a bit so far. So let's see. I know who he is. Thanks. He could be better than Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was thinking more about Christian Jones, but that's just what I was saying. All right, guys. So we were going into, do we think we're going to make the playoffs this year? It's tough because we have that extra playoff spot. We were really in a lot of games last year, but I don't think we did enough so far. But off-season isn't over yet.
Right.
We haven't. I think we have to put some of our attention on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
First off, up front, I think Terrell Crosby can fill in one of those guard spots that Glasgow vacated. I think I watched him against Dallas, and I watched him against Green Bay this year at Ford Field, and he looked good to me. Eye test, he looked good. So I don't know if they'll give him a fair shot, but he is a guy who can definitely fill in. I seen him; he was playing right tackle. So I don't know, but maybe is it right guard? Did Glasgow play? I think
right
he
guard.
can.
Yeah, he played right guard, and then he filled in for Ragnow when he got hurt because he was our center before this year.
Right. Well, yeah, that's another situation for another. I don't want to. Yeah, that struck a nerve with me back. So, but anyways, I think he can. I think Terrell Crosby is a good talent, and I think that we give him a shot. He can definitely play that right guard position. So
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we were talking about, like I said, we were talking about playoffs. Playoffs, and I'm just kidding.
Right.
Good
But yeah, we are.
Good
That's
one.
what they need.
Elijah Lee. I know I'm talking about Elijah Lee. He's a 230-pound linebacker, cover linebacker from Kansas, not Kansas City, but not the pros, but in college. Oh, okay, Funky. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yep. That would be great. We do need that in Detroit. We need somebody that can cover.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So, Micro Mike says he likes Crosby too. I think Crosby's a step slow. I don't like his footwork. I think he gets beat quite a bit with people that are fast. Speed rushers get him a little bit, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. Put him in the inside.
Put him at guard,
man.
maybe.
Slide him inside, and
Yeah.
Hopefully he can be another bull rusher.
Well, there's definitely room there. We don't have anybody that I know of.
Right.
A Bushi, maybe. We re-signed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you on that too, because there's a lot of offensive guards, offensive linemen that we could draft this year too. But man, it's putting a rookie in that spot. I don't know. It might be better than what we have though right now. That's for sure.
Could be. If you trust Quinn's player evaluations.
Well, I mean,
well, do you, Mike?
I do later rounds. I don't like his. I don't like his first 2 rounds. I feel like he should forfeit that to another guy in the organization in the first round of the draft, and then he should come back for the 3rd round on, and he nails it like from there. So I just think he should take a coffee break the first 2 rounds and then come back.
Maybe listen to the fans or like shows like this.
Right.
It's,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a whole thing about
Yeah.
that, you know, but I wouldn't be shocked if Joe Dahl. Yeah, but he's going to start at left guard. Who do we got starting at right guard?
We can go ahead and
Wiggins still on the roster.
I mean, Barbie's long lost cousin, Joe Dahl. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Bad
Right,
joke,
right.
bad joke. No, Joe Dahl's going to start. I guarantee you he's
Yeah.
going to start, but he's going to start at the left guard
left.
position.
Yeah. Yeah. What about Wiggins? I didn't see. I think
They
he's still
didn't
on the
resign
roster.
him.
Isn't he?
No,
They didn't. They
resign
didn't.
him.
Okay.
Not
okay.
yet. Not yet.
Okay. Well, that means Boshi the lead runner then.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you gotta call it like you see it, man.
Yeah.
You know, you see guaranteed contracts. You know, you like, yeah.
Right. So, Lions Lee says it's because I'm so down on this team this year. I know what will happen. What will happen?
I make the playoffs. I think.
Playoffs. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
They made it easier. They made it easier on us to make the playoffs. So I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think the jury's out. I think we got to see what we do in the draft. Also, I also want to see what we do after that second tier of free agency where people start cutting people, things like that. Bob Quinn's actually got a few players out of that, you know, before.
Yeah.
We have to stay healthy. I think that's
yeah.
the number one thing going into this
Yeah.
year. We have
Yeah.
to stay healthy.
I agree.
Mhm.
I agree.
We have done a lot with some of the positional coaches and different things like that. Got rid of a lot of people that in the strength and conditioning area and, you know,
Yeah.
all that stuff, because we really want people to, we really want our guys to, stay healthy. It's a big issue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a big
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah. That kind of. I'm sorry, but I just want to say that kind of becomes an issue with me that we can't stay healthy because Bob Quinn has claimed since he got here that he's trying to build up depth on the roster, and then, you know, when guys get hurt, we have nobody to replace him. So where's that depth at that he was talking about? So that's my biggest one of my biggest complaints from Quinn is that you sign these no-name guys to be depth guys, and then, you know, when our starters go out, you got people coming off the streets to replace them. So,
Right.
you know,
Is it though that we're building this team? I mean, is that what's going on here? Do we get another year of Patricia and Quinn? And if so,
yeah,
can they continue to bring more Patriots players in? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, right.
Is there anyone
More-
left to bring in?
More aging Patriots players, you mean?
Yeah. And I'm not. That's
Yeah,
not a negative.
No.
I think they should get 4 years though. They should.
Okay. In order to get that fourth year, Mike, what do you think that their record needs to be this year in order for you to give them that fourth year?
8-8. They got to go 8-8.
But
They got
if they don't, okay, so if they don't, then you think they should be fired.
Man, I'm just against firing them.
Okay.
I am, but I say 8-8 because I do believe the Lions will be at least. I do believe 8-8 is a foreseeable thing.
Right.
So when I say that, like that being a measuring stick, I'm not really using it as a measuring stick because I feel like I know they'll be 8-8.
Right.
So, you know, I know people are probably like, oh hell. Yep, double down. Hell no.
I know. Yeah.
I'm serious, man. If you just look just from the defensive side of the ball, we're getting more players. We're getting better. We're getting depth. The only questions is the offensive side of the ball. Really, I mean, because if you look at past Patriot organizations, they really don't hold much at cornerback. They kind of safety linebackers and that guy in the middle, and that's about it. So really, the defensive side of the ball, I'm not really that worried about. This is offense. We're just too slow. We're too slow.
So you think we need a speed receiver and a faster running back, right?
Yeah. I know we have Marvin Hall, but how confident can you be in Marvin Hall
Right.
if you just re-signed Danny Amendola
Right.
to play
Sure.
the slot?
Mhm.
So, yeah, Luke G. I don't know if he's agreeing with me or making fun of me, but I'll just yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something. Funky Nut says, "Damn, Mike, pass the Kool-Aid, bud."
I stopped
You know
drinking
what?
Kool-Aid
I had a show
5
last
years
night.
ago.
I had a show last night, right?
Mhm.
And we were saying what we thought honestly about this team. And we just got blasted for being negative. But now we're getting it for being positive. I don't know which way to go anymore, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to tell the
Yeah,
truth
yeah,
up in here.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I said, it'll depend on the speed we get on offense. You know, we're kind of, you know, long at the tooth at receiver. You know, you got Marvin Jones. People probably don't really realize that he's I think he's like 30 now, isn't he? 31.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Danny Amendola. So I mean, they're not gonna beat anybody in a foot race. So we got to get speed at receiver, and you know we got to get somebody besides Marvin Hall. Okay, we gotta go in the second or I would say third round. With one of those two picks, we got to get speed at receiver, and we got to get speed at the running back position. So
Exactly.
Jonathan Taylor,
Yeah.
get your Lion uniform ready.
Everybody who knows me knows that's who I want.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
Everybody who knows me, but you know, like I said, he does put the ball in the ground a little bit. That is his thing, unfortunately. And that's something.
Yeah.
The problem is here that everybody's on Patricia, which I am too. I'm gonna tell you, I don't think he's a wonderful coach or anything. I think that he makes poor decisions when it comes to clock management. I don't see him really coaching up the team in halftime, you know, and making adjustments as he should. Substitutions are terrible on this team. How many 12-man on the field things did we get last year? Now, I know he's learning on the job and stuff like that, but come on, man, these are things that you have to do as a head coach. So that's one of the things.
Right.
And we always kind of give Quinn a pass, but Bob Quinn has not been that good, wonderful either.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the playoffs one time and lost, and that was his first year here, which that's the team he inherited. So when 9-7 with Caldwell, 9-7 with Caldwell, and then he goes 6-10 and 3-12-1. So we're not trending the right way, guys.
Right.
As he's built this team, we've actually gotten worse
over
that time.
Right.
Now you're saying, hey, we got a lot of injuries, but we took chances on a lot of players with injury history. Kerryon Johnson for one. J-Mo's going to hate me for that. But seriously though.
Truth.
You can't. You're signing players who have a history of injuries, and then you wonder why everybody's getting hurt. You don't build the offensive line like you should, and Stafford's getting crushed.
Right. Yep. Well, I think
10
even
sacks
in
one game in that Minnesota game a couple years back. That's ridiculous.
Right.
Followed up by an 8-sack game, and yeah.
I think even the two linemen on the right side that came in, we gave contracts to, weren't they both injured? Lang and Wagner, they're coming off injuries, weren't they? I believe so.
I know Lang retired, but here's Luke G. Quinn pass ended for me when he kept Patricia. Well, that makes sense to me. I think they're all tied together.
Yeah, definitely.
Mike is saying the players buy in now. That's so important, guys. It needs to be talked about. I will talk about that.
Okay.
If you have disgruntled players, you know, like I know that Diggs and Slay, they weren't buying into what Patricia was selling.
Right.
But it's really hard to buy in when you see all kinds of mistakes that the coach is making. But yet he can show up late for meetings and he can show up late for stuff. But if they do it, it's a whole different ball game then. You know what I mean? He's cussing them up and down, but he doesn't have to live that standard. And I think that's part of the problem there.
Yeah,
I do. I think that was a problem for some of the veteran players, and I think it did mess things up here. I'm not saying that he's trying to bring a culture in here and change the culture, but you have to change your own culture first.
Yeah,
That's kind of the way I see that.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about the disgruntled players that we got rid of? The people that we said, like Slay and Diggs and Glover Quinn at one point a long time ago, he decided to retire. And they've come out and they have not been very complimentary, let's put it that way, to Patricia. Do you see what Mike is saying about the leadership portion in this team?
Well, one thing is that, when Patricia was here, we did bring in Snacks. And actually, he became disgruntled after he was brought in. So
he said it wasn't Patricia.
Okay.
I mean, that's he came out and tweeted that later.
Okay.
What do you think about this, Mike?
You know what? It's like take this example. Sorry, I don't want to be like long-winded about this, but take this example. This is the best example I can give. Okay, you got a pyramid scheme, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a video that you show your friend of a guy who made way like a mad amount of money off the pyramid scheme. Okay, that's Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. So people aren't buying in. Nobody's like, I'm not going to do that because he's a 1 in a million. Okay. Then you show your friend a video of how you yourself made money off the pyramid scheme. And that changes people in the locker room. And the thing is Patricia has rubbed people the wrong way because he doesn't have any video footage to show anybody. You can't show people footage of another guy and like, all right, guys, that's how it's done. Give me your money. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? It just like that just doesn't equate to anything. You can't really ask people to give you respect off of another man's legacy. You know what I'm saying? You have to build your own. So he came in and rubbed people the wrong way off rip. He tried to treat people like it's high school football and, like, hey, you're going to do what I say when I say it. And if you don't like it, like that's high school. That's college. That's not the pros. And you don't have the resume to back up what you're saying. So you're talking to millionaires here. Okay, let's just get this straight. He's talking to millionaires. Mm. Okay, that's what people understand. People will look at it from he's talking to players, but players are like, you're talking to me. I'm a millionaire, and you haven't done anything. So why am I going to listen to you? Okay, and then so that's my biggest thing with him is he came in with the wrong philosophy. He should have came in and made amends with the players and brought the the love and the surround and then maybe after he had success like Belichick did, he waited till after he won a Super Bowl. Then he's like, okay, I won NFC North division. Get on the bandwagon or get off. And then that would have been more feasible to do. But he just did that off ripping. Players are like, man, please, I'm not like, who is this guy? Like Belichick's water boy is over here telling me that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. So yeah, that's my take on it anyway.
No, it's a good take. It's a good take. We might be getting Micro Mike on here in a bit.
Yeah, so that'd be cool.
Awesome. I'm trying to get this all set up so he can come in. Yeah. Okay. So I sent you the URL in the Twitter feed in our private message in Twitter. So that's where it is, and hop on whenever you want. Totally cool. All right. What you're not understanding is that coach is talking to a billionaire, though. Patricia gets his order from the owner. Ooh, okay.
That's true. Yeah.
Took his orders from the owner. But I know what Mike is talking about. Mike is trying to
Mhm.
say that there needs to be order and there needs to be, people that fall in line, almost like the
Mhm.
military, where you got the leader and he's the leader. You have to do what he says, and he has to get the guys that understand that. All the people he rubbed the wrong way were spoiled by Caldwell, and they're gone. They should listen because he's the boss. I get that. Caldwell was more of a player's coach, and I absolutely agree with that. The role of the head coach or leader must be a builder, a mentor, a counselor, sometimes even a father figure. I agree with that too. But is Patricia doing that? And if he's getting his guys in now, and people are coming around, let's say, can we get a team effort and get people going in the right direction? Yeah, I think we could. I think we could. Can we stun people next year? We could. We could. I'm not saying we can't. I mean, I've seen some strange things in the NFL that I can't explain. So I'm not ever going to say, I'm not going to say that we're out of it, although I have said a lot of that because I don't believe in these guys. I just don't, but that's my opinion. Everybody else is entitled to their opinion. I think that every one of us want to see the Lions win.
I agree.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, Caldwell was a cheerleader. He didn't do any of the coaching. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's kind of cruel.
Cruel, but maybe the truth. Mike, if you're listening, I put the URL to join us in the messenger for Twitter. I haven't seen you on for a minute, so maybe you had to do something at work or whatever. But we're kind of waiting and see if he'll join us, and hopefully he will. Okay, so a lot of people have varying thoughts on Matt Patricia. So I think he was a builder with Jared Davis, even though he got worse. But he had resistance from Glover Quinn, Slade, Diggs, and a couple more. I agreed. There were people that didn't like the way he came in, and this is the way it's going to be, and that type of thing. Okay, here comes Mike. We're going to add him now. Hi, Mike. What's up?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys, can you hear?
On, Mike?
I can hear you. I'm going to give you the floor.
What's going on, fellas? Hey, what's going on? Maniac Tim, man, I haven't heard from you yet.
Hey,
Can you guys hear me now?
Ken, it's kind of breaking up a little bit.
yeah, I can hear.
You're sounding like Robo Luke. A little bit.
Can you guys hear me well, or is this not working?
Yeah, we can hear you.
And it's getting better.
Yeah, it just got better.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I'm letting you go ahead and give us.
Oh,
he just left again. Okay, well, I guess not then.
Right.
So we were going to have two mics on there. Maybe that's too many.
Yeah. Eminem.
Hey, and we're all talking into mics too.
Right.
I hear that, but if I'm your coach, and if you're posting info about a closed practice, I'm going to call you out. I agree with that too.
Mm-hmm.
You should keep things in house. I totally agree with that. But you can't, I think you can't come in here and have a double standard though. You could be late for meetings. You can be late for the press. You could be late for this and that. But yet, you're holding everybody else to this high Patriot standard.
Yeah.
So Luke, you can jump in for a few. Let me get you the URL. I have so many tabs.
You know what, too? I think Patricia kind of treated the Lions like stepkids. If you think about it, if you think about it, all the Patriot players are pro Patricia, the gun ho Patricia, and Lions players are like, I still don't know about this guy, and some of them don't like him, some of them do. And I think he treats the Lions like stepkids, and I think the reason why the Patriot players come over here and they're all for Patricia is because he treats them like family.
That could be true. That's a good point.
It's possible. The funny thing is that. Oh, he said his internet at work failed.
Oh,
okay.
Get that. But you know what? I mean, you're trying to install a whole new line of belief and a whole new culture, and that's hard. It's difficult. It hasn't been done in Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
you
how
know,
long would that take?
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I
Right.
mean, should we be patient because they're learning on the job? Quinn's never been a GM. Patricia's never been a head coach. Honestly, in my opinion, Patricia never should have been a head coach. But that's
Right.
just my opinion. I'm
And
not,
Mike-
you know, maybe later things will be great and there'll be rainbows and sunshine and everything. But at this point, I've seen a lot of things that tell me that he just isn't the right guy for the job. Do I want to go through
Right,
rebuilding again? I really don't. Okay, send to your work email. I don't have your work email, Mike. So you're gonna have to give that to me somewhere. Link, then I can use Ethernet. Okay. I don't have your work email, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. But you know, I don't want to rebuild. I really don't. You know what I mean? What do you think about that, Mike? What do you think about the rebuilding part of this equation? We're rebuilding now, right?
Right. Yes, I agree.
And it's a very specific, you know, kind of rebuild. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got Luke coming on. Luke
Hey,
G,
Luke.
welcome to the show, my man.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's
Luke?
going on, fellas? What's going on?
Yeah,
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
I'm trying to get a hold of Mike. So if you could want to say some words, that is totally fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the comments, man, and I'm amazed at the people's thought process. I'm seeing, like, I saw James Dekai said, so the coach got to teach a millionaire how to do his job. Yes, you have to.
That's what he's there for, though.
I mean, listen, think about this, right? If I say you are Lions on a Prowl, that's a title, right?
Yes.
right.
If I say you're a coach, that's a skill. That means that you have an ability or should have an ability to coach, to do something that moves a person in the right direction. Like, for example, some people, when they have a baby for the first time, they go to a Lamaze coach, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if they go to the Lamaze coach and she tells them to hold their breath, right? This is a trait. This is a skill. This is a trait. Now, we're talking millionaires. Most of these kids have come from backgrounds where the idea of 1,000 is a lot of money. Now I got millions. Who teaches them how to be a professional while being this new millionaire? Who teaches them that? And when I look at people come up with all these excuses, it does not change the fact that that man's title is the skill set that's been given to him. Like a preacher preach, a doctor doctors, you know, a police, firefighters fight fires. Could you imagine if a firefighter had no clue what to do with a fire? It doesn't make sense. The logic doesn't make sense. Now, for me, the way that you come into any organization is to be a coach. Okay, I said this yesterday. Bruce Arians literally came into the Arizona Cardinals. He ruffled a few feathers when he told one Mr. Larry Fitzgerald that you're going to play slot receiver. Larry, like, I ain't never played slot receiver, and I ain't doing it now. You know how he got Larry to play slot receiver? And if you don't believe me, go watch All or Nothing. It's free right now on Prime. He just simply told him, well, I'm challenging you to do something you ain't never done before. So either you telling me you can live up to the challenge or you can't. That's on you. That's a different way of coaching somebody than walking into a room and being like, yeah, let me find the biggest guy in the jail and beat him up. That's different.
Right.
It's different. And it ain't just Darius Slay. Forget Darius Slay. Grover Quinn said he even noticed that he came in with the idea that you got to blow everything up. And that he and the rest of the team didn't feel that you'd have to blow everything up because they had 3 winning seasons out of 4. The worst season in Jim Caldwell's time was 7-9. Still better than Matt Patricia's. Best season.
Mhm.
So to me, when I see these little things and I'm saying, like, listen, let's be honest, guys. The only reason I want to hop on here is because I wanted people to understand this one simple fundamental thing. Just this one thing. It looks like he got all his guys. I'll give Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia these props. They felt that the problem was with the defense. They blew the whole thing up. Cool. Cool. Now, when this happens, if this doesn't work, all the people who are sympathizers can't sympathize with this no more. I give them credit for saying, yeah, the problem was the defense. So we're going to blow the whole defense up. Christian Jones is probably out of here. More than likely. Okay? There's a few people that got a placeholder. They can only have so many players. We already well over 75 players. So, to me, I see a situation where this team now comes into it, and I know, oh my God, we're talking Lions talk, said 8-8. I see a team that comes into it. Let's say they do go 8-8. They still should be fired. Every single one of them. That's not an improvement from 9 wins. Okay? It's not an improvement. In 48 tries, you got what? You go 8-8, you win 9-7. That's 17 wins in 48 attempts. No excuse. In 3 years. That's not good. You have to come in and do something that's never been done before. Something that's never been done before. Win not one playoff game, but 2. Win a division.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings have destroyed their whole defense.
Yep.
Mhm.
The Bears are trying to scramble to find something because they don't lost a step. This is your time now to show everybody we wrong. That you are a rocket scientist, which is funny because, again,
Oh
a
boy.
rocket scientist is supposed to be something a title. It's a title that says that you know something about rockets. At least it's supposed to. But this is just more proof that everybody who get a degree ain't smart. I just want people to be realistic for once and just say, okay, things are not going the way that they should be going in Detroit, and things are not happening the way that they should be happening. The only thing I need to look at for this coach is he was brought here to be better than 9-7. Has he achieved that goal? No.
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 Nope.
And in fact, it's getting worse.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He was literally brought here because 9-7 wasn't good enough.
Exactly.
He was brought here because they said he's supposed to change the culture. Well, he's changing it all right.
Make it work.
Yeah,
The question is it for the better or is it for the worse?
Right.
But
Or
I think what people are seeing is it's like they don't want another rebuild because they know how intensive that might be.
Right.
There's a lot of players that are just Patricia and Quinn guys, and right now, if we get somebody new, it's a long process to rebuild this team again.
Yeah.
Like I said, I give Patricia and Quinn these props. You destroyed the whole defense, just ripped it up and started over. Cool. That's one less excuse I gotta hear about. I get so tired of hearing these sympathizers come up. Well, he don't got his guys. Well, goddamn it, do he got them now?
I hope so.
Right.
I hope he's got enough.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
I want to go really quickly. I'm sorry. I want to go to Micro Mike. Are you there, Mike?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Barely.
Oh, barely? Okay, so I'm in my...
Can't hear you well at all. At least I can't. What do you guys
Hold on
think?
a second.
I can't either.
How
Yeah.
about now?
Yeah, it's hard.
Now it's a little better.
It's a little better, but not much
How
volume.
about now?
Better.
Little
Okay.
better.
I'm better now?
Oh,
Right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Can you hear me
Little
now?
more.
Good.
All right. Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
There you
okay,
go.
Mike. You said you wanted to hop on and say something. I want to give you the floor.
Here's the deal, fellas. When you have dissension on a team, it doesn't matter if you have 1 or 2. It is going to hurt the whole overall team. When I was in Iraq, when I was in my unit in the Army, I hated my platoon sergeant. My platoon sergeant, I guess you could say, would be a assistant coach or a head coach. I could not stand his work ethic. I could not stand anything about him. His decision making was god awful. Yet, I went in the direction that he assigned because if I dissented, it would ruin the team mentality. And ruining the team mentality thus would be a failure a failure in the overall mission, and the mission was to succeed and to come home safe. I went in the direction and did not descend. If I would have descent, this whole thing would have been a failure. What we've seen with these players on the team, such as Darius Slay, Quandre Diggs, and who was on there, was dissenting. They were not being taking the idea of a team first. They obviously behind the scenes were talking bad about the coach. How can you lead when individuals are talking bad about you? It makes the room, it makes the team not one unit. We got rid of those players. Now we have players. He may not be as talented as Darius Slay, but by God, they will go to war with this coach. They will go to war with Matt Patricia. They came here for Matt Patricia. And when you have unity, all 53 players, in this case 55, are with one team, one direction, one movement, whether you go left, right, whether it's a right or wrong decision, they're going to go and follow his lead. That mentality will result in better product on the field and better play. Why? Because they're in this direction. This is not being talked about. Everything bad is talked about except for this. I'm telling you right now, as an individual who's been on a team where there is dysfunction, it hurts the product immensely, immensely, immensely. And I bit the bullet because it was for the better cause of the team in my unit. I was not going to be an individual who went behind my leader's back, even though I should have, for the absolute terror and terrible decisions he made and direction he went. Yet I followed that direction. I know exactly what the feeling is in that type of locker room because I've been in that environment. Is Patricia perfect? Hell no, he's not perfect. Has he made wrong decisions? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the guys he got are the guys he wanted. The whole team is now Matt Patricia's team. There's no dissension anymore. This will result in better play. I understand it's extremely difficult to see as we have seen such bad play for the years. We have seen such bad decisions made by Matt Patricia, bad decisions by Bob Quinn, but God damn it, they're now going to have a direction, and you will see it, fellas. You will see. I understand it's hard to see right now, but they will show it. And with that said, folks, I got to get off and get back to work. I just want to give you my 2 cents.
That was passionate right there. That was passionate.
That was passionate.
I love it. I love it. I really do love it. I love what he said. I think it makes a lot of sense. But then there's still one problem. There's still just one problem. If that be the case, then why he didn't do this right off the bat? Come right in the gate, boom, game busters, everybody out. I need all these people. Why he didn't do that off the rip? No, not buying. Okay, we going in what direction? Because that direction ain't a division win or multiple playoff wins, then the direction is still the same as all the other coaches before him. And I get what he's saying about the whole military side of it. That's life and death. I get it. This football. This ain't life and death. This is just simply one thing about another. Like we're talking about like civilian life versus military. I get his point with the military part. I really do. I got family members in the military. I get it. I come from a military family myself. But this is football, civilian life. Okay? When your decisions have an effect directly on me, I have every right to be upset and voice it. I have the right to voice it and be like, no, I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that. And this ain't got nothing to do with the other things. I'm just happy that the one thing that he said was all 50-some people are in the direction that he wants. That's the best thing I love that he said, because now, guess what? No excuses. No excuses. Win more than 8 games.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And
right.
I understand what Mike's point of view is, and I do get the fact that you have to have people buying into what you're selling. My problem also is with Bob Quinn, because Victor Garza here says, I understand that. So you simply work on getting a run game. He brought in Blunt. He brought in Kerryon Johnson. So what's the excuse? The excuse is we're not hitting on players that are making a difference in this team. That's one of the things right there that we're having a problem with.
Yeah.
So it's not only Patricia that I have a problem with. I have a problem with Quinn as well.
Facts.
Right.
So
right.
it's the combination of both of them that has, here's Quinn's, that's the other thing. Quinn's win-loss record here, right? First year he's 9-7. The second year he's 9-7. Third year 6-10. Fourth year 3-12-1.
Wait. You say his first year he was 9-7.
Yeah.
Quinn.
Oh,
Quinn.
Yeah.
Bob
Quinn.
We're not talking
Yeah,
about Patricia. We're
Right.
talking about Quinn.
Yeah,
I mean, we
yeah.
talked about Patricia a little bit. Quinn
Wait,
is
but-
27, 36-1 here.
Wait, I thought Quinn went. I thought his first season.
His first season was with Caldwell. He made the playoffs.
Right. That was
Second season
11.
was with Caldwell again, and he went 9-7.
Right. So he went 11-5.
No, he went 9-7, 9-7, 6-10, and 3-12-1.
The Lions. I could have swore the Lions went, and Jim Kyle was error. He went 11-5 2 of those seasons.
He
9-7
did, but
1.
that was not with Bob
No.
Quinn, though.
That was with Schwartz.
Right.
No,
And,
that was with Martin Mayhew.
Yeah, Mayhew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so under Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn.
Yep.
Bob Quinn's first season, they went 9-7.
Yep. And we made the playoffs that year. Second
And
year,
then-
we did not make the playoffs, and we were 9-7. Then that's when he said 9-7 wasn't good enough because we were that 2 years in a row. And then he said it wasn't good enough. He brought Patricia and went 6-10, and
Okay.
then went 3-12-1. His
It
record
just
here.
sounds weird. Okay.
His record here is 27, 36-1. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not. I think it's a combination of both right now. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Is I don't just think it's one problem. I think that we've missed on draft picks. The coaching isn't great. I don't like a lot of the time management, clock management issues. I don't like a lot of the non-existent halftime adjustments from Patricia, but I also don't like hitting on players and getting players that are injury prone and then saying, "Hey, oh man, we just had too many injuries last year." Well, you're picking people that are injury prone, like Kerryon Johnson.
Right.
So that's my problem. Now,
Yeah.
could they all come together and could we make the playoffs next year? We could. Why do I say that? We got another playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
We could go 7-9 and make the playoffs. Are we going to get to 7 wins? It's possible. It's possible. I'm not expecting a 10-6 team here, though, guys.
Yeah.
Now, if Mike is right about it, okay, with all his guys in there now, all on the same page, then there should be no reason why you can't make the playoffs.
Preach.
Because he got his players in there now. So this should be his last year. Produce or you're out.
Right.
That's the way I
that's a yes and a no, but the fact remains is we're still slow as hell on offense. We're still slow.
But
Galladay is a strider. Okay. Amendola, slow. I mean, he's not slow, but he gets open. Marvin Jones
tell the truth, he's slow. He's slow. Tell the truth, he's slow.
Okay. He's slow. Kerryon Johnson is quick, but he's not fast. Ty Johnson and Marvin Hall are the only two burners on offense, and they're not factors in the game plan. So we have to get faster. If we don't get faster, it doesn't matter what we do on defense. We can't do anything on offense. Kansas City Chiefs showed you speed. The game is changing. You need speed. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Like San Francisco was a ground and pound team, and Kansas City was a kind of a passing team, and the game is changing, man. You need speed. We don't have no speed on offense. So until we get speed on offense, it's not going to change.
Speed does not. Kansas City. Okay. Speed does not do that. Okay. And they keep telling y'all this. Michael Irvin wasn't the fastest, but you know what he did? He knew how to create separation. Randy Moss had all the speed in the world. That was great. He can blow a straight streak down the field. You can just toss it up. That was great. He was something different. You had to know how to route run and create separation. Devontae Adams is a beast. He ain't the fastest. Okay, Jerry Rice wasn't the fastest. He's considered the greatest receiver of all time. We got to stop with this speed thing. We got to stop with that. Kansas City won because they had a balanced attack. They ran the ball when they needed to. They played defense good enough to get them by. And when they threw the ball, the receivers ran routes that got them open. Like Sammy Watkins is a route runner. Okay. Tyreek Hill is a route runner who happens to have speed. Miko Hartman is a route runner who happens to have speed, but the route running is what's getting them open. We got to get past this speed thing. I'm not saying that speed is a bad thing, but we've had fast people before. Like Titus Young was fast for us. Dude wasn't the best route runner neither.
Right.
You know, so
I agree with you, but I also think like when Javid Best was here, and he had speed.
That's
that could run
explosive.
We had
running back.
We had a threat though.
But that's running back though.
No, I know, but that's offensive speed. I'm not talking about wide receiver. I'm talking about halfback here, running back. But the thing is, that created a lot of opportunity for us on offense because they had to respect the home run threat in the backfield. And we haven't had that since Reggie Bush.
I get that, but you know who else was super fast? Chris Johnson. You know who career didn't last as long? Chris Johnson. The guys who didn't have the speed lasted longer. The beast modes, the Adrian Petersons, the Jerome Bettis, the guys who knew how to take a lick and give one. Even Eric Dickerson would tell you, man, there were some games where I probably should have lowered my shoulder, but I was too busy trying to make people miss. So the speed thing is cool. I think the speed thing is definitely cool, but it's more than speed. I mean, a fast guy without the ability to run routes or the ability to see holes, like Ty Johnson fast, but that man, his vision is terrible. So, he's literally a stray bullet that's just out in the wind because he doesn't see the holes. So, his speed is important. I'm not knocking speed. It's very important, but is it a force multiplier? No, it's not, because they have ways of stopping that.
Right.
I also think it's offensive line too.
Yeah.
Now that's important.
I agree.
That's definitely important.
Starts up
front. We've been getting blown up for years.
Starts up front. I agree. But one comment on that speed thing, I do agree with you that you can't just have speed. You gotta be speed, and you gotta know how to run routes. You gotta be a football player with speed. That's what it is. So I kind of took that into hey, that was automatically assumed, but speed it can't be underestimated though, man, because you have to be able to take advantage of small holes, and if you can't take advantage of those small holes, then your team is gonna not move the chains. You gotta have a guy right now when you're on the 5-yard line and you can dump off a 5-yard pass to, and he can take it 90 yards to the house.
Right? Yeah, because that's
who do we have that can do that? Who do we have to pull that extra safety out the box to open up the run game? Right. Like we don't have that. Nobody respects our receiver speed to burn them, so they all send blitzes.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying, and I think you're spot on in that regard. But that's not a speed issue. They don't create the separation issue. So when you're not creating separation, I have no need to worry about having somebody stay back because you can take the top off. I'm not worried about that. They don't. I watched the Kansas City Chiefs games. First of all, this game pad that they gave us for free, amen to the NFL. Okay. I've been watching stuff and I'm seeing stuff from angles I didn't even see on the televised version. And I watched some Kansas City Chiefs games and I'm like, they're not even attempting to put people back there because of Tyreek Hill. They're not. They're worried about the underneath stuff in the run. And when they did throw the ball deep to Tyreek Hill, it was still like, okay, he did his thing, but he didn't always get there because they knew that if I can send the blitz, I can get there. Our guys got to create separation. Our guys are guys who can jump up high, get the ball at the high point, and come down with it. That's what we have. We have guys who can do that. But I think it was Victor or TA who said, it was Victor who said that the speed becomes faster when you know what you're doing in the system, when you're comfortable. And TA who said you got to have technical
technique. Yep.
Technique to do it. So to me, I think do they need some speed? Yeah, you can put some speed out there.
And
But-
on defense, we have speed in Jared Davis, but he just don't seem to know what the hell he's doing.
No,
Exactly.
no,
Exactly.
Right.
See, 'cause-
But we
So you
have
gotta-
speed there, but it
He's
doesn't
not a
really
football
count if
player.
you don't know what you're doing.
it's
Right.
Slay was fast, and people. I know people are posting 40-yard dashes. 40-yard dashes don't mean nothing to me. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Even when Isaiah Simmons ran that 4.39, I didn't really care because I'm like, when I watch the film, I can see how fast he moves. I don't care about the straight yard. Ain't nobody in his way. Ain't nobody impeding his traffic. So I don't care about that. But to me, the speed thing is getting overblown because we all want to just go. He's got to be faster. He's fast. Michael Vick was fast as hell. He didn't do much of nothing. Lamar Jackson is fast as hell. What did that get him? They got a first round bye and then a swift exit. And that's only because they had a run game from Mark Ingram and Gus Edwards. So the speed thing is important. I do believe that, but I think we can do better in getting talent that can work what they're doing. Like you don't have to be the fastest, but God have a skill set that's like what made Barry special was he can see everything. It was like he's like a pigeon, 360-degree angle. He's seen it all. And he would cut in and out of his stuff. Like for y'all who don't know, pigeons can see 360 degrees. Okay. All right. This is a fact. Google it. A pigeon can see 360 degrees. That's why when y'all walking up on them and they not looking at y'all, they getting out the way because they see you. Okay.
How they hit my car every time.
I'm telling you, they can see 300. That's what Barry Sanders had. He was able to see that 360. And I just think that the speed, I don't want to get caught up in the speed. I want to just make sure that this team has everything that they want. I don't want no more excuses. I don't care who gets. See, the injury thing wasn't an excuse for me because I can name a bunch of teams who had a bunch of injuries and still survive.
Right.
So
Yep.
I don't want to hear that.
You know what, though? I mean, I know we're all going back and forth, but I got to say something. I am so happy that the people that come into this chat, they have intelligent points. It's not just, I'm just going to say this just to say it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Lions fans are really intelligent. A lot of Lions fans, at least the ones that come on our broadcast, we really appreciate you coming out. I just want to say that because it gives us some food for thought, and you guys listen and you guys interact with us. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I woke up to feed the baby, and I said, "Oh, he lied. Let me see what's going on." And the first thing I hear was, "I'm like, we got Reggie Ragland." And I'm like,
Yes.
"Okay."
Yeah.
I'm like, "All right." And then y'all said Elijah who? Elijah Lee.
Elijah Lee,
Yeah.
he's San Francisco linebacker.
I think he's a former Patriot too.
I don't know.
I believe he's a former
I'm not
Patriot.
sure. I'm not sure on that.
I believe Elijah Lee is a former Patriot, outside linebacker, right?
Yeah, he's a linebacker. He was a 7th round pick of the Vikings in 2017.
Okay,
And
was
then
he?
went, and then he went to the 49ers after they cut him.
Okay.
I don't think he was with New England.
Right.
Okay, I can't look it up. I'm on the phone, so I can't.
No,
look
you're
it up.
okay. That's why
Yeah,
he's 24
yeah,
years
yeah.
old, so he's young.
Yeah, I want him to get everything he wants. I mean, if we don't take Isaiah Simmons, I'm just gonna be like, great people. We take Jeffrey Okuda, great. You're not gonna hear me
More and
complain.
more, that's what we're doing.
I still don't think we're taking Jeffrey Okuda, but the more
I hope
listen,
we don't.
they can
I hope
they can literally take the Powerpuff Girls. I don't care. I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna be excited for whoever they take. I want them to take every player that they want, literally every player that they want. I want them to take it because what I want to see is if those moves only yield 2 more wins. The only thing you're gonna have is sympathizers, but we improve. It's not hard to improve from 3 wins, buddy.
True.
It really ain't.
Right.
It's not hard. I mean, I
Turn
can't.
that tie into a
Yeah,
win and
I agree.
improve.
Right. It's not hard to go from 3. They have to do something that's never been done before. It's to be their 3rd season. I want them to get everything they want. If they need Killer Croc, if they need Superman, I need them to get it all.
You know what?
Get everything.
That might be all right.
Yeah.
Right.
I want you to get everything. I want everything. I don't want no excuses. And I already got a bet that I'm happy to take. I took this bet with James Takai, and we betted that, okay, let him get everything he needs. If he don't do good this year, then he got to come on the air and just, lay on that sword. And if he do good, I got to say Matt Patricia's the greatest coach in Lions history in a long time. I am willing to take that bet because I ain't going to have to utter them words. I ain't going to have to. But I want him to get, the more if they take Jeffrey Okudah, watch what happens when Lions fans look over and see what Isaiah Simmons is doing. They're going to be like, what? What?
Right.
They go.
Right.
So I want him to get everything he wants. I don't want no excuses. I don't need nobody making up nothing. I just simply want him to have all of his stuff. We giving him a treatment like this team went 0-16. So I want him to get it all. And then I want the same people to keep that same energy when we got to go through and rebuild and clean all this stuff out.
Right.
Make sure you give that next coach 5 years since you giving this one 3 after coming off of a team that was a winning record. I just want that energy, that same energy.
You know what? I think if Quinn and Patricia had a different philosophy, a different vision for the team than what Caldwell have, they should have came out and been honest from the get-go and said we're gonna have to tear it down and start over. And I think that would have at least subdued the Lion fan base. But since Quinn came in and said, "Hey, we're gonna 9-7 wasn't good enough," I think people are like, "Okay, then, well, then show me better." And I think he should have been honest and been like, you know what? I want my guy to come in. The defense isn't what we want. I'm going to have to tear it down. Offense, I'm going to have to tear it down, and I'm going to have to rebuild. And if he would have did that, we would have all been more lenient with the fact that they're building. But since he lied, and said 9-7 wasn't good enough,
right word.
Now we're like, well, come on, man. You got to prove it then. Show me what you got.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the problem right there. He wasn't honest.
It's so funny because you wasn't on it when we got off the show yesterday. We stayed in the chat and talked about that, and Jim brought that up. Jim said like, "Hey, he just came out with." No, he said on the show. I think if he would have worded it by saying, "Yeah, this is a rebuild, people," we wouldn't be having this. But he said 9-7 wasn't good enough, and I love that. I love that James Takai said that his standard is they have to win a division and a playoff game. I love that standard because that's what it should be in year 3.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lions said they got to be playoff contenders, so I don't know what that means, but okay.
Man.
I don't know what that means either. Okay, guys, we're getting towards the time where I've got to get wrap this up a little bit. So you guys got questions out there where we're going to take your questions now. Appreciate you being here, Luke. I appreciate TA being here, and Micro Mike, and the DSA who's always supporting us, and really appreciate you guys. I appreciate OMG. It's Lions Talk. Mike, appreciate you being here as well.
I appreciate you as well. Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you. I really like it, man. I love this right here. Lions football, man. That's me.
That's me too.
Hey,
all the way.
This community getting so big, man. I'm telling you, people already don't realize how big the community is, just constantly growing. And it's so weird because I see how the Cowboy community is, the 49er community, the Raiders community is. This community is a very underrated community that has been steadily growing, and it's growing because we are all believing in this team, And so, I have no doubts that this team would get success soon. I just don't know how soon.
I agree with you on that. And that's the problem because the fans are passionate one way or the other. I mean, I see the passion every time we're on, we don't always agree or see eye to eye. That's fine. But you know what? The passion's there. We all want a winner. We just don't all agree on how to get there.
Right.
Victor got a question.
Victor? So how do the Lions win in 2020? Because after looking at the schedule and the current roster, I see 4-12 ahead of us again. You're a visionary, my friend. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Because
my God.
Yeah, because I think what Victor is looking at is a lot of the same things that I'm looking at. Like our schedule didn't get easier. Like it didn't. I was way confident about our schedule last year. That's why I had us winning 11 games. I was like, oh yeah, we play all the tough teams earlier. Cool. Like, getting the Chargers early, cool. Getting the Eagles early, cool. Kansas City and Green Bay early, cool. I'm like, yeah, we get those. That's cool. We should have blew out the Cardinals. Okay, but I'm like, this year I don't even know when we play. All I know is who we play, and I'm like, I got to see when we play them. But I really don't think our schedule gets any easier. I don't.
No, it doesn't seem to get easier every year. I'm funky nuts. I like this. I'm laughing my ass off. Are y'all really this butthurt because the GM didn't tell you he was rebuilding? Yes.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing the guy comes in, and one of the first things he comes in and does after he fires Caldwell says, it tells us a lie.
Right.
You can't tell me it's not a lie because they've been trying to take all them players out and replace them with people that aren't as good, in my opinion. But I don't like the fact that we got lied to. I don't like that.
And take it a step further though. Let's try to reverse it and put it back on Funky Nuts, right? Let's say you work for somebody and they say you're going to get a pay raise, but you just been working there for 5 years and that pay raise never came. Are you going to be upset? Or let's say you a business owner and you have a deal that you agreed on over the phone or by handshake with a supplier, but he never supply you on which y'all agreed to. Are you going to be upset? When you lied to, you don't feel good about it. You just don't. And that's the reality of it. He flat out lied. He said 9-7 wasn't good enough unless, and what he should have said was 9 wins ain't good enough unless you're my friend.
Right.
And unless you're my
friend.
friend. No, but it's not like that. That's what I was trying to say before, though, because we all want to win. And we want this to work out because we don't want another 5 to 6, 7 years of rebuilding again.
Right. But that's what it's going to take to if you tear down everything Patricia and Quinn doing, it's going to take that much longer to get a winner. That's why I'm in favor of them being here 4 years. Like,
Jesus.
I am because look,
Jim,
man,
hang up on him. Hang up on him.
You gotta look. How long is it gonna take? How long is a rebuild gonna take for them to tear down everything that they done did? It's gonna take. We're gonna be in misery for another 5-6 years. How long? Wait.
How long did it take Bruce Arians to get the team turned around for the Buccaneers? How long did it take for Sean McVay to get the lonely trash Rams turned around? How long did it take the Bears to get turned around?
Right.
I mean, first
that's true, but the Bears turned right back around again. So
yeah.
But the only thing he did was he said is, listen, this ain't the quarterback I want. He worked with what he had, but he still did more with what he had than what we did.
That's true.
But you want to give him a 4th year? Jim, next time you say that, you hang up on him. You hear me?
You can't. So you want to spend 5 more years rebuilding a whole new team?
I think we're going to anyway. It's just
right.
I mean,
we're already in the 5 years.
So if we say all right, so if we say that we keep them for another 2 years, you say?
No, one more year past the season.
Instead of taking 5 to 6 years, now it's 6 to 7 years of the event.
Preach. They don't get that.
I understand that, but I mean, hey, man,
and then do we get it right the next time?
Listen,
exactly.
You know what's interesting though that people don't remember. They forget. If you just go through and you look at how long Rob Marinelli was here. Y'all remember that? How long Rob Marinelli was here? He stayed that 3rd year. And he went 0-16 in that 3rd year. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And Rob Marinelli similar to Patricia, started out slow and went 0-16. Now I'm not saying Patricia is going 0-16. I don't believe that. But just stay with me. Look how many years it took them to get away from them 3 years of Rob Marinelli. Look how many. Mm-hmm. Over 4 years, man. Look how long it's gonna take us. If we get that man 4 years, Jim's right. You gotta say, dang, the next guy needs 7 to 6. You know, it's you can't do this. You got to be able to move on when you need to move on and cut your losses. You see what the Cardinals did? One bad season from Wilkes, and they was like, bye.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So I believe the Lions are taking Okuda after the free agency a week ago.
I hope
After
not.
more linebacker signings, do you believe, like me, that Simmons is not the pick any longer? Tim, what do you have to say? You haven't said much, so
Yeah.
I want to give you the floor.
I want to take Simmons. That's who I
Okay.
want to see him take.
I
Going back,
I think they will, Tim.
yeah. But going back to Quinn's statement, not only did he say that 9-7 was not good enough, he said that this team was better than 9-7. So he was saying that we had a more talented team. So that's what he was saying, was that not that that he thought that the team underperformed. So Patricia should have been able to do better with the team than what he did.
I agree.
Should have.
I agree. Especially what Quinn said. I agree.
I should be a millionaire.
Yeah.
You know, it's just. I think Simmons is still the pick. I think we're getting all caught up because we like, oh, these guys are on the team.
Right.
They all can be let go. I mean, hell, they let go of David Kennard. Who saw that coming? Christian Jones can be let go. Jalen Reed maybe can be let go. You're not gonna tell me Jalen Reed maybe fit Patricia's system. He's not a big linebacker who can rush the quarterback. Nope. So he can be gone. So, you know, we took all these safeties. So
He said, Funky Nuts here says it wasn't a lie, maybe an omission of honesty. I think it's a lie, but not a lie. He never said this team will have a better record than last year. He never said I'm not going to rebuild, but y'all somehow feel like he lied. You know, I got a lot of respect for Funky. I really do.
Funky's a politician. He's a politician, man.
I got a lot of respect for the guy.
He said maybe
He's right on this one.
Much about the Funky Nuts, man, but man, he lied.
He lied. What do you omit? When you omit something, you want to say he made a mistake in his word? No, he pushed that home that this team is better than 9-7. He pushed that home. He beat that down the block like this team is better than 9-7, and it's my job to get us in the position to be better than 9-7. Well, you failed too, buddy.
Exactly.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense.
Guys,
but that organization don't tell the truth anyway that he came from. So I mean, you know.
Yep, that's true. So, guys, we do got to get out of here. Tim has to actually go to work. I know everybody else is on lockdown, but for some reason, Tim's company said, no, we want to work you all the time. So,
and I was supposed to have tomorrow off, but they said, you got to work.
They're doing overtime.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna get final thoughts from everybody. Luke G. I'm gonna go to Tim first. I was gonna go to Luke, but I want to wait. I'll save him for last.
Final thoughts, man. I hope there's promise, but I know it's going on. Hope him. But I think that some of the free agent signings, especially the ones we have seen today, should help out. Go Lions, one pride.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
The draft. I think those two words sum all up. The draft. What we do in the draft, if we build that old line, if we get another running back in there that can do it with a little bit of speed, get a receiver in there with a little speed, and you know we can look forward to better things. If we get in that draft and we BS around with these, you know, out of the box picks that Quinn has, man, we might be in for it.
We might be in for it. My final thoughts today is I can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys. You know, we don't agree. You know, Funky says, LOL, I've been called a car salesman before, but not a politician. That's funny. But you know what? You guys show up for us. You give us things to talk about and think about. You know, I totally appreciate Lions fans. We've been through so much. 0-16, never won the NFC North, haven't won a Super Bowl, even been there. For this much passion for a team that really has never won anything is, well, we had one in NFC Central title, but you know, it's amazing to see how many people are still really passionate about this team. They, like Luke G says, they're doing some research, and I just love it. I do. I just love being a part of this community and a part of the Lions fandom, and being able to come out here and freely express what we think about it, whether everybody agrees or you like it or you don't. But anyway, since Micro Mike's not here, I'm going to do what he's been doing lately. I want to tell everybody, as a public service announcement, please wash your damn hands.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got to go to Luke for final thoughts, and then we're going to get out of here.
Hey, as always, man, thanks for having me come on. I know it's short notice, and the people who come in here, I love when y'all challenge us and challenge me, in particular, because it makes me work harder to know my stuff. But I want to end it with a positive note based on faith and hope, because this is something that every Lion fan has. We all have faith, and we all have hope. We can't not touch or grab or hold on to the air or the wind that we seek, but we know it's there. We don't see the oxygen that we breathe, but we know it's there. The Lions may not always be so obvious about what's happening, and that may even be the case for me. But my faith and my hope for this team to be better than they could have ever been, to take that turn in the right direction, is what's going to always lead me to come back to you guys with a positive attitude and a truthful message that says that the Lions will and can turn the tables and do what many of us think is impossible. When that day comes, make sure you show up to throw every pie, tomato, and anything else you got at me. I'll be here with open arms accepting all of it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you subscribe to every single person on here and all the DSA members. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
And with that, we're out.